Hey folks, Scott here. I'm getting ready to go on a little bit of a trip. As you can see, I have some chainsaw parts here for the 036 that I've been working on, that I'm building, and I have a new cylinder and piston for it. I'm taking it up to a guy in South Carolina who does saw porting, and so this is a new adventure for me. I'm going to see what this is about and hopefully end up with a really killer saw as a result of that. And so just wanted to share this little adventure with you. I'm getting ready to go. It's going to take me about 2.5 hours to get there, so this is going to be a day trip for me, but I hope to be sharing with you some of my experiences with this saw porting adventure. Anyway, I'm here with Rich, who has done some tuning on my saw for me, and I'm going to let him describe what he's done.
Alright, we did support work on an aftermarket cylinder. Opened up the transfers. The lower transfers were actually nice and wide. The upper transfers weren't as big as stock, and I also leaded those back towards the intake so we get a little bit better breathing through there. Didn't mill the base on this. This cylinder was a little bit taller than the factory cylinder, so I did this base gasket delete. Still left 21 thousandths for squish, which is fine on this size. Replaced the aftermarket rings in the kit with some cavers. Got much better compression with it now. The tuning that you saw, we did richened it up a little bit to the point where we felt like we were good. Then we did some test cutting in the wood. We wanted to see how much you can lean on it and still have good power, good throttle response when you come out of the cut, that the saw still wants to idle properly. And all those are small adjustments. Some people like to go crazy with the adjustment screws, but you know, if the saw's been running pretty good, you shouldn't be more than an 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn one way or the other. If you have to move the screws that much, there's a problem. You have to stop, vacuum test, pressure test, and that's the best way. A lot of people will pull and pull and pull and pull on a cord. If it won't start in 5 pulls, time to come back to the bench. Invest in the testing equipment. It'll make all the difference in the world. Leaned on it. Those are the chips from the hand filing and knocking down the rakers. When you see big wood like this, big chips, you know, you're really putting a nice load on the saw, and you're never going to over rev it. You know, you start getting finer and finer dust, it's time to stop. People ask when is it time to sharpen, and as soon as it doesn't cut fast, not when it gets dull. You know, a few strokes is a lot easier than 12, and you'll get better results on a touch-up sharpening than you will having to resharpen. But that's the results you want to see with a nice sharp chain with the rakers properly adjusted.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you. Why don't you tell people how they can get a hold of you in case they would like to get some work done? Okay.
Yeah, my name's Rich. You can always see me in upstate Greenville, South Carolina, on Craigslist. I've got an ad. There's some more pictures on there from other saws that I've done and some information and pricing that's on that Craigslist ad. So, you know, if you want, I've got references where we've done this. I've got a couple of guys that have shipped me saws from Tennessee, from North Carolina, and from down the lower part of the state in southern Georgia, where we've shipped stuff back and forth and taken care of that, and they've been happy with the work as well.
All right. Hot.